We have a leadership crisis in this country and in the world. 88% of all people who work for organizations in this country feel they work for an organization that does not care about them. 3 out of 4 people are disengaged. The other issue related to that is that we have a healthcare crisis that is talked about a great deal in this country, and 74% of all illnesses in this country are chronic illnesses. The most significant factor in chronic illnesses is stress, and the most significant cause of stress is work. We talked about the good part of the Industrial Revolution in the early part of this century as it brought a lot of economic prosperity to communities, to individuals as they left the farms and they went to jobs at Ford Motor Company, etc. And the issue was that it was about process. It was about mass production and how mass production created economic wealth, which created the growth in our country. That served us very well because we needed people in mass production. So we took a craftsman from a farm and we taught him how to put on a hubcap every 15 seconds. And so we took some of the dignity out of work. But we made a lot of money doing that, and we actually were, in most cases, pretty good to people because we needed them to staff our assembly lines. That worked well for us for a long time until about the 1960s, when I was kind of getting out of high school and about ready to go to graduate school, where all of a sudden we were getting imports at a lower price. And so all of a sudden price and our ability to dominate the world started to diminish. And along comes a new idea, so we go study where these imports are coming from, and we get the idea that Jim Womack had, wonderful idea of continuous improvement. New to, if you will, to the Industrial Revolution of mass production, the idea of continuous improvement. But it was all about process. It was not about people. And so that has consumed us and has grown to affect all aspects of our economy. Everybody's on the process of lean.
I believe that people-centric leaders know themselves and know what's in their heart. And what I'm talking about here is they're very self-aware of who they are and how their impact on other people. So they're deeply aware of how they personally impact others. You can't really know that if you're not aware of your own behaviors and really pay attention to the reaction of the people that you lead. I also believe that people-centric leaders understand that their own beliefs and assumptions about how the world works, how their company works, need to be challenged. We really care about people in a way that is unfiltered by our own mental map. We all have filters that we have the information coming through. And these filters are made up of our values, our beliefs, our assumptions about how the world works. And to be a people-centric leader, it's really important to be able to set your mental map aside, which means suspend judgment of what your team member is telling you. So you can really hear it, the raw information, before you make your judgment on they're right, they're wrong, if this is good or this is bad. But you have to be aware of what your mental map is. They also create high trust relationships throughout the organization. But I really challenge that I'm trusting, and therefore I trust the team members. I don't believe that that's enough. I believe that you have to seek and find the fear that's in your organization. Once you find it, you have to drive it out. It's there. Even in the best organizations, there's a level of fear. Sometimes it's systematic, and some of our policies, like performance management systems, can be very fearful for people. How mistakes are handled. It can even be in your leaders as simple as how they ask a question. Do they ask in an accusatory way, or are they truly curious? I believe that people-centric leaders are mindful of their own personal purpose. Why do we exist on this earth? Our own purpose needs to align with the company's purpose. So at Ace Metalcraft, we bend metal all day long, but our true purpose is to inspire and connect with people to unleash their potential.
Our job as leaders is to help people be successful in what they do. Because if people are successful, then in all likelihood our company is going to be successful. We need to lead people as they want to be led. Open and honest dialogue, always. We're humans, and I believe part of people-centric leadership is just simply being human and being human to each other. I'm always amazed how many corporations and how many people just don't get it.
Do we care about them at a level that they care about their families, their communities, and the personal side of what they are? Business improvements and achievements don't really affect people in the positive way that I originally thought they should. What I've learned is what really motivates them, excites them, is when they have personal achievement and personal development. So instead of business results creating more positive business results, I think we got the order of that a little bit backwards in that it's personal achievement, using lean skills and lean tools and inside the business that we and opportunities we provide for them. It's their sense of personal achievement and our recognition of that creates a sense of fulfillment in their minds or in their hearts so that they can actually then help our business create the results we want. We've always recognized that lean's a transformational journey, but I think the fact that we're understanding at a deeper level what our people care about and listen to what they care about and are defining our level of engagement with them as what I would call the whole person with respect to their family, their community, not just the employee part. And that was a real revelation to me recently, is that I realized I've been looking at engaging with only the employee, not the whole person. Caring about the employee, but not caring about the whole person. And I think that's really important part of it. Once you start engaging with and caring about the whole person, it opens up such a larger level of engagement and discussion, and you really truly then become partners in their life and in their journey as a person and collectively the work that you do inside of your business. Especially in manufacturing, even more so than many other business types. We have looked at our team members, our employees in the past, as human machines. The nature of our manufacturing processes in terms of operating positions particularly, we've too much in leadership positions in the past and today looked at people as human machines. They're really no different than the machine. They just happen to walk and talk. We either forgot or just dropped out the people side of that. We are the sole owner of the culture of our company.
If you want to grow your business, grow your people.
We developed a goal, and a goal that would be our overarching goal for our people-centric leadership focus, and that is engaged when we are here and fulfilled when we go home. Because everyone's talking about engagement when we're here in the working environment, but what about when we go home? We're impacting families at home, and our employees going home with a sense of fulfillment that something that they did today contributed to the overall goals of the company. What should people-centric leadership look like at Microware? And we came up with these 4 outcomes. One was communication, second was care, third was alignment, and the fourth was personal development. And lastly, I'd like to leave you with a story. Very recently, a couple months ago, we had our off-site strategic planning meeting, and we spent 3 hours going through our people-centric leadership pillars. And I wanted to make sure that all of our senior team understood each one of these steps, what was going to be involved in them, and then what was our role in that, how would we walk that talk, and then making sure that we had commitment from our senior staff. And one of the senior leaders said, we were talking about the communication skills training. He said, well, I'm really hesitant in signing up for that. And I said, well, why are you hesitant? And he said, well, we're going to go into this class and we're going to share some pretty deep personal things. And I said, well, that's your choice. You can. Yes, that's true. And I said, what's your concern? He said, well, if that gets out, he said, well, what will people think? I said, well, they'll think you're a human. And I said, wouldn't that be great if everybody understood that as leaders, we're just humans too? And I said, you have a chance to be able to relate to a group of cross-functional employees at a very human level. And you have the opportunity to take this facade down that says, I'm a leader or I'm a supervisor, and say, I'm a human and you're a human. And we're all in different roles, but we're all working together on a day-to-day basis. And I think that's what this is all about. It's tearing down those barriers. And as we talk about the respect for people and the lives that are entrusted, it's breaking it down to just, as Ron said, we're just humans, and we're just trying to move together and work together